Hey there, and welcome. Have you ever been reading something and you come across a huge, complicated word and just kind of skip over it? Yeah, we've all been there. Well, today, that all changes. We are going to turn you into a full-fledged word detective, giving you all the tools you need to crack the code hidden inside any word you find. Okay, let's take a look at this word multimedia. I know, it might look a little intimidating, but what if I told you that's not a monster to be afraid of, but actually a secret code that's just waiting to be solved? It's a puzzle, and by the end of our time here, you'll have the keys to solve this one and so many others. Let's get into it. Every great detective knows exactly where to start. You go straight for the core evidence. And in the world of words, that core piece of evidence is called the root. It's the absolute heart of the mystery, the central clue that holds the whole thing together. So what is a root? Well, think of it like the word's DNA. It's the most basic part, and it holds the fundamental meaning. And a cool little fact is that a lot of these roots are ancient, coming to us from languages like Greek and Latin. They're literally the building blocks of so much of our vocabulary today. Now this, right here, is an incredible shortcut. It's like a secret power. If you know that the root port means to carry, you instantly unlock the meaning of a whole family of words. Import, portable, transport, you name it. The same thing goes for odd, meaning to hear, or bio, meaning life. It's a total game changer. All right, detective, we found our core evidence, the root. So now it's time to look for more clues. And our next set of clues is always found right at the very beginning of the word. We call them prefixes. Prefixes are fantastic, you know? They're like these little word parts that latch onto the front of a root, and they act like little modifiers. They can tell you about direction, or quantity, or even position, like pre, telling you something is before, or re, telling you it's happening again. They are absolutely essential clues that tweak or clarify the root's meaning. You can really think of prefixes as signposts for meaning. Tele points to something far away, which is why we have a telescope. And well, that one just completely flips the meaning, turning happy into unhappy. Once you start noticing these, you are going to see them everywhere. Okay, time for a quick pop quiz. You're the detective on this case. Based on what we've just covered, in the words predict and prepare, what do you think that prefix is trying to tell us? Yes, you got it. Pre means before. To predict is to say something before it happens. To prepare is to get ready before an event. See, you've totally got this. Okay, one more. Let's keep the momentum going. In recall and repay, what's the meaning that the prefix re is adding to those words? Exactly. It means back or again. To recall something is to call it back to your mind. To repay is to pay someone back. Excellent work. Your detective skills are already getting super sharp. We've investigated the beginning of the word, we've looked at the middle, but every good detective knows you have to check the end for that final set of crucial clues, the suffixes. So a suffix is a word part that gets tacked onto the end of a root. But suffixes are pretty special. They don't just modify the meaning, they can completely change a word's job in a sentence. For example, a suffix can take a verb, an action, like act, and turn it into a person, an actor. How cool is that? These suffixes really are powerful. The ending less just means without, simple as that. And lology always means the study of something. That's why we have biology, geology, you name it. These clues at the end really tell you what kind of word you're dealing with. All right, you've gathered all the types of clues. You've got prefixes at the beginning, roots in the middle, and suffixes at the very end. So now it's time. We're going to put it all together and officially solve a case. This is where you really unlock your new superpower. You've got the magnifying glass. You've got the fingerprint kit. You have all the tools. Now, let's walk through the exact four-step strategy that every top-tier word detective uses to crack a case. Okay, here it is, your four-step strategy. First, you isolate the clues. Break the word into all its parts. Second, you analyze the evidence. What do those individual parts mean? Third, you use context. How is the word being used in the sentence? And finally, step 4, you confirm your hunch. Just a quick peek in a dictionary to see if you nailed it. It's really that simple. So let's put this strategy to the test right now with our final mystery word, inaudible. Now, maybe you've seen this word before, maybe you haven't. It honestly doesn't matter. We're going to deconstruct it right now together. Okay, step 1, isolate the clues. We can see a prefix in, a root, odd, and a suffix, ible. Step 2, analyze the evidence. We know in means not, we learned that odd means to hear, and we saw that ible means able to be. So we just put it all together. Not able to be heard. Boom, we've cracked the code. Case closed. And just like that, you are now officially a word detective. You have the strategy, you have the tools, and you can now decode the language all around you. So the only question left is, with these keys in your hand, what complex, mysterious, and fascinating words will you unlock next? Happy sleuthing!